Hi, this is John from Just Add Software, and today I'm going to go through some of the features of our brand new iOS app, MediaSwitcher for iOS. So here I have the application loaded on a 12-inch iPad Pro, and I'm going to open it here. Now, the first thing it'll ask you to do, if you would like to receive notifications, sure, we're going to allow that. And also it wants to ask if we're going to allow it to connect to devices on our local network. And absolutely, we sure do want that. Now, when the program first starts up, for the very first time, it has no data. So we have to load that from the desktop application. So here in this case, I'm going to put in the IP address. And the port number for my MediaSwitcher desktop application that is currently running on my Mac that's sitting behind this iPad. So there MediaSwitcher is running on that Macintosh or Windows or Linux machine. So we're going to start the transfer of our database. We start. Now the database is transferred and everything is loaded onto the screens. All right. Now to load a screen, I'm here in the office. So to change the video that's showing on the screen, and you can see we have a golf tournament being shown, I simply take and tap the icon, and there I get a list of my available sources to me, and I'm going to choose Apple TV. Oops, I didn't choose that. I'm going to choose Apple TV. I still didn't. Now I've switched to my Apple TV. All right, I'm going to select again, and this time I'm going to choose my Roku player. And immediately I have my Roku showing. All right, so I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go to this TiVo, which is a different TiVo now. And that is showing something else completely different. Okay, now if I want to access and use my remote control functions, I can come down here to my remote control window. I touch that, and now I've got a remote control available for, initially it starts out in the family room, which is my first room that's in my list of TV screens. If I want to go to the office, I go to the pull down, I select office, and there it shows me the remote control panel that is available for my TiVo Premiere. I can now hit the guide button. And as you can see, the guide button is now showing on the TV. And I don't want to watch Holiday Wars, so I'm going to go down and select, let's select some football here. So I'm going to select football game. Hit select, and there you go. So we've got an completely iOS-based remote control. If I decide I want to watch something else, so let's say I want to watch the Apple TV, I now get a different set of remote controls for that. And I can now control that via IR controls. All right. Now, all of these controls are built in the desktop application and transferred over to the iOS application. There is nothing that you as the user have to do to select or configure anything in iOS. Now, if your system is properly licensed and connected to a Just Add Power system that has level 3 compatibility, you will see this button for image push. And what we can do with this is we can either take a picture or choose an image from our photo library that will be shown on the screen. So let's say here, here's a picture of a deer that I had walking up to my front porch last week. And I want to send it to the TV in the office. So I select that. I push the button down here. And shortly, a couple seconds later, look at that. It is showing now on the office. Okay. I'm going to stop the image display now. There we go. And my video returns. All right. So we can send this to any display in the whole system. We can send it to more than one. We can send it to all of them, or send it to 1, 2, 3, 4, or all. Okay. And if the picture for some reason doesn't come out rotated properly, we can rotate the image as well. But generally, most of the time that should turn out correctly. Finally, if you have video walls defined, you can do all of your video wall control right here on the iOS app with just dragging your finger. Now, I don't have a video wall set up here, but I have a pretend one with my screen. So let's say I want to go here to my first video wall layer and I want to stretch it across all 4 of my video wall screens. I simply tap my finger, drag it, and boom. Now looking at this image on the TV, you can see how blown up it is. If there were a total of 4 screens, 2 rows, 2 columns, you'd see this as a great image, zoomed up real nice and big. If I come back down here and I select to disable the layer, then boom, it goes back to normal, this video. Okay, so you can set up multiple layers and so forth as well that you can do, and you can move that around to different TVs, and you can see that there. Now I have that set up, it's large. I move it to another set of screens and now it goes back to normal. So a lot of flexibility that you can do with the video wall controls if you have that. Finally, I'm just going to come over here and touch on the preset sequences and groups. If you utilize these, you know what they mean. You can access all of those here and change all of your screens or whatever you have set up as a preset. You can run sequences and you can change your groups of screens as well, all from here. All right. Thanks much. If you've got any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at support@justadsoftware.net. Thank you very much.